If you were an 1880s soldier looking for action, looking for excitement, this was not where you wanted to be stationed. Fort Hartsuff on the eastern edge of Nebraska's sandhills.
They talk about how bored they were, that there really wasn't a whole lot going on other than like the drills on the parade ground.
Today, Fort Hartsuff is a state historical park, restored to the way it looked when it was an infantry post from 1874 to 1881. Aside from the boredom, it wasn't a bad place to live. Soldiers slept and worked more comfortably inside buildings with thick lime concrete walls, a material choice driven by the lack of trees around at the time. The commanding captain had his own house, while next door, framed by two ponderosa pines imported by the soldiers, is the elegant house shared by two other officers. The rest of the troops lived in barracks. At the time, a full company was 60 soldiers.
It was pretty rare to have a full company because the desertion rate was pretty high at that time. There's always somebody gone, somebody sick. So we look back at our records and we would have anywhere probably from 45 to 55 usually stationed here at a time.
And then like when they discovered gold in the Black Hills, then the desertion rate was up pretty good.
Enlisted men made about $13 a month, less than the civilian laundresses who lived on the grounds. Soldiers paid them to wash and mend their uniforms, a process that took several days. Laundress was a high turnover job, though.
Women were scarce out here, and a lot of times they'd get married and they'd be gone.
A hospital served soldiers and locals from the area. Typhoid fever killed one of the 3 soldiers who died while at Fort Hartsuff. Another was killed during a skirmish with Sioux warriors, the only significant battle for Hartsuff soldiers. 3 survivors were awarded the Medal of Honor. And the third death...
He drank a little too much that day and pretty intoxicated, and story goes that he got sick and was getting sick over that fence and got his neck between the pickets and supposedly hung himself, and the official thing on his tombstone was alcohol poisoning, but that's the story that happened.
The picket fence was more for keeping animals off the parade grounds than protecting the fort from attack. With a 97-foot pine flagpole in the middle, this is where soldiers spend a lot of their time, drilling and practicing maneuvers 2 or 3 times a day. Occasional social events help break the monotony.
They would hold a lot of balls here. They had a big Thanksgiving ball at Christmas time. The soldiers would put on skits and plays and melodramas and things like that whenever they could. And they would invite all the settlers in the area, so it made life a little more enjoyable for the soldiers and give the settlers, something to do too.
The fort was put here to protect these new settlers, but also protect local Pawnee Indians from their traditional enemy, the Sioux. By 1881, the Army decided it wasn't needed anymore. Fort Hartsuff was abandoned. Today, it serves a different, but still important purpose.
This is probably one of the most complete forts of this time period anywhere in the whole country.
It's just a great place, part of Nebraska history.
This gives the people of Nebraska a chance to step back in time and just see what it was really like at that time period.